Okay, well, some of you have been here weekly and some might be your first time, but I'm really excited to be co-hosting with Ricia again today and having some of my team and connecting with all of you here. I'm Layla in Victoria, BC. Great friends with Ricia. As a matter of fact, helped set up her Airbnb. You'll see in a few minutes. Um, she's a master. She's been in this industry for over 25 years. She's been in marketing and sales and just the extraordinary of everything. Very organized to the detail. Can you imagine unloading a 53-foot trailer with everything detailed to cross the Mexican border? That's our Risha. So we're on the right team with the right people here. She's also rated top five ranker in Canada. So she's one of the top leaders here for us. And we'll have time for questions at the end if there's any guests or anybody that has a few questions for us. Otherwise, I'm just really happy to introduce my great friend, Ricia Adair. Bring her home, girl.
Oh, Layla, thank you so much for co-hosting and doing a great job and such an amazing intro. And yes, we had a heck of a lot of fun bringing that trailer in across the border, didn't we? And
Minute by minute, praying.
the funny thing is that the trailer landed on October 26th, and November 4th, we hosted the most incredible party, including lights in the garden. It looked like Waikiki. I mean, we really got things happening fast, and that's the way I move and shake. This is our beautiful home, Casa 700 Mangoes in Manzanillo. There's 3 villas, 2 are rentals, and this beach is second to none, the most outstanding beach. I'm living the dream. Mike and I sold everything in Canada, and here we are. And we never ever realized for a moment how expensive a house in the tropics was going to be while we're enjoying this great dream of ours. As a matter of fact, our home was unoccupied for 5 months before we landed. And when we got here, there was a list of things that needed to be done. And our little bit of savings completely dwindled away so fast. And so we're living the dream and we're broke. Imagine that, right? Layla's here, her girlfriends are coming, Sarah Hannah's coming, and I don't have any money to take them around or anything because we're really back to payday to payday. We're retired, so there's a little bit of a pension income. And when Chris and Joni Budd called me in April and they told me about the drops, well, coincidentally, I'm 60 something and the pounds just started to pack on. And no matter how many times I walked that beach, swam in that gorgeous ocean, or went up and down the stairs with Rusty the dog, I couldn't lose it. Couldn't lose it. But I will confess, totally addicted to sugar. I go up and down the stairs and then I'd eat a piece of cake and I wonder why I'm still fat. Go figure that one out. And as I said, I was broke. So I had money. I was very intrigued to the drops. I had money for 2 boxes. That's it. Can't spend money on a credit card that I won't pay next month, right? One for me and one to sell. Well, I want to fast forward. Here we are 6 months later. We celebrate the top fifth ranking position in Canada. I'm so grateful. I've never seen a business so wonderfully prosperous and so wonderfully successful and such great products that people feel and want. Today is a bit of a red letter day, especially for my husband, because we went and bought him a motorcycle. Cash. I mean, it's Buen Fin, which is kind of like our Mexico's Black Friday, and now's the time to buy the bike. And Mike is just super happy because his brand new motorcycle is going to be delivered next Saturday. My gosh, we've had a beautiful trip to Orlando, Florida. We've put in new air conditioners in every room of this gorgeous villa. We've painted. There's so many things that we were able to do in the last 6 months. Thank you to Partner Co. that we couldn't have done had my life continued on the track that it was on. So let's go ahead and share with you how quickly my life has changed. And you'll see before and after pictures coming up because I'm no longer the fat and frumpy. And also, I'm no longer the broke. So I'm so grateful. And very quickly, too, your lives can turn around that fast. We've got some great guest speakers and live testimonials to share with you as well. First, I just want to introduce you to John Wadsworth and Darren Zobris. They were recently voted as the founding team of the year. A couple of young guys. Darren is self-made multimillionaire. John has spent his life in network marketing, top money earner of a company called Tahitian Noni. They
Risha,
came.
one sec, dear guests. We don't have the slides coming up. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.
My goodness.
I know I'm still trying to manage the room here, so thanks, guys.
Okay, let's do
Okay, here
that
we
share
go.
thing one more
I
time.
think you better show them that villa one more time.
Okay, let's go to the villa. All right. Okay. All right. There's me horsing around at convention, and there's our beautiful villa, and there's our gorgeous beach. Absolutely wonderful. And there's John and Darren. Together in the time of COVID, they bought 5 or 6 companies that were in financial destitution and put their shekels together and bought these great companies. Now we own some fantastic products and the best compensation plan. We'll be hearing about that in a minute. But John really, it was really important to him that there wasn't any separation between corporate and those of us in the field. And so they called it Partner Co. We are all partners, simply better together. In the last 6 months, I've learned a lot about hormonal imbalance. As you look at these circles, I want you to look for yourself how many of these affect you: mood swings, low libido, headaches, night sweats, food cravings, hot flashes, acne, insomnia, tiredness, fatigue, weight gain. I was easily taken off 5 of these without ever realizing that they're directly attributed to hormonal imbalance. Well, let's just introduce you to some products that are going to help you with every one of these symptoms and get you back feeling young and healthy again. We have well over 100 products, and they are stellar, stellar products that we now own that are going to balance your hormones, healthy weight loss, increase your energy, improve your sleep, immune health condition, and improve that as well to keep you strong and healthy, especially as we go into cold season. Reduce inflammation, nutritious products, gut health, athletic products. We have so many great, great products. And I will say this, and I hear it from so many people, they are products that you feel. I mean, I used to take vitamins before just because it's my little bit of insurance, so I don't get that nasty cold or the big bad flu. But I never felt anything. And when I got the flu, I thought, why am I spending my $200 if I'm getting sick anyway? With these products, I feel super energetic and super healthy. And I've noticed that aches and so on have gone away. I want to brag a little about Dr. Ray Strand. He's our chief medical officer, well known around the world for the many science that he's done, as well as the many books he's written. Bestseller. He oversees, along with Dr. Pina and Brett West, 215 plus published clinical studies, well over 1,040 quality tests that happen on our products all the time. Dr. Pina below is one of the most smartest men in the world that I've ever heard speak on our scientific advisory board. Brett West is a leading foremost advisor on the Tahitian noni. Kristen White on our athletic council, a true athlete. And we have Dr. Crystal Vance, our wellness council president, that we're going to hear about it again in a moment. What intrigued me so much about this particular opportunity was the presence that we have in 59 countries. Me living in Mexico and being able to communicate and do business with my friends and family in Canada, the United States, and Europe really was important. And it's that simple: to a friend from Italy wanting the drops, you sending them a link, the European office fulfilling the order, and by next Friday, you get paid. It's that simple. It's completely transparent without bureaucratic border interferences. Some of the products I'll share with you: the Skincerity's anti-aging day mat or day and night mask, the noni and collagen product, which is great for your skin as well. The Tahitian noni, wow, is got to be the most efficacious fruit in the world. It serves every system in your body. I was experiencing certain problems with my heels. You probably know what I mean. And I was having real difficulty walking because it felt like a hot nail was going through the palm of my heel. In a very short time after the noni, no problems. I was feeling a little bit of swelling in my throat just before I was going to Orlando. Drank a whole bunch of Tahitian noni. The swelling went down, got on the plane, not getting sick for the entire journey. The Tahitian noni and the noni max are two of the best products that you can ever put into your fridge. I call it medicine cabinet because it's just so good for you. The Nutrify line is an optimal line of vitamins, again, that you feel. The probiotics for healthy gut is, I'm convinced, the best in the world. We have Vinali, which helps after you lose the weight for your sagging skin. Many people claim that it helps against allergy reactions. for various different allergic situations. The MOA is one of my favorite. It contains 36 exotic superfoods that helps with circulation, inflammation, all those things. It really helped me with my aches in my toes and my fingers. After walking rusty in about a month's time, I realized, wow, I hardly have any achy. After a month and a half, no achy at all. Great product as well to enjoy. Just recently introduced is Sugar Stop. So when you're on the drops and you want to have that occasional cheat and a piece of pie, or it's your birthday coming up, enjoy a piece of birthday cake, the Sugar Stop will block the sugar from going into your bloodstream, as well as carb blocker too. Great product to have. The Slenderies line includes the drops. We'll talk about the drops in a minute. The Pure Nourish protein powder has 18 grams of protein. All the probiotics, prebiotics taste delicious. It is a full meal replacement. It is a vegetable protein, so there's no allergies there. Giving greens loaded with kale, broccoli, spinach, acai, goji, cinnamon. Tastes delicious. Great to put in your shakes or your stir fries, your salads. And the cocoa is the best. The best. You put that in your coffee with a little bit of MCT coconut oil, a little bit of vanilla, and oh my God, Starbucks could charge $15 for it. It's so good. Before we get into the drops, I want to share with you a wonder product that I call the Fountain of Youth in a box. It is Renew. Renew helps combat the natural aging process. I mean, the anti-aging industry is one of the biggest industries in the world. It promotes youth and vitality, improves cell regeneration, boosts your energy and stamina. Who would like an enhanced libido and greater sexual function? Let's put up our hands for that one, right? Reduce the body fat, improve sleep, increase skin elasticity. This you're going to take before bed, and what it does, it puts you into that deep REM sleep, so it reduces the cortisol production in your body as well. Having a good sleep means a better tomorrow. It's an amazing product, good for your teeth, your hair. My hair is the longest it's ever been. I love Renew. And when it's married in with the drops, you will accelerate your weight loss. Let's talk about the drops. All natural, safe, and effective, stimulant and hormone free. They've been on the market for about 12 years. Over 1 million bottles have been sold. And we do have a recommended clean eating list, but you will drop the weight twice as fast as diet alone. It is clinically proven and doctor recommended. And these are the various benefits the drops will lead for you. It helps curb hunger and control appetite. Sometimes I have to remind myself, oh, you got to eat. You're not hungry, but you got to eat. Eliminates the sugar cravings. I celebrate 6 months now on the drops and no sugar. If you remember at the beginning of our presentation, I mentioned what a sugarholic I was. I just had a birthday, no birthday cake, no thanks. Don't even buy it. Don't give it to me. I don't want it. Helps balance your hormones, insulin, the ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone, leptin, and of course the cortisol, your anxiety hormone. Increases energy, which is going to help you feel younger, help you stay motivated, and certainly stimulate your metabolism. Again, you have more energy, so you feel excited and energized to get up and do some exercise. And with the ashwagandha in it, it helps with stress and stabilizes your moods. You will definitely get through anxious situations, floating through it and make smarter decisions. Scientifically proven to support your thyroid, maintain healthy blood sugar levels. And I hear frequently from my clients that it helps brain clarity and memory improvements. The brain fog lifts, and you're going to lose weight in your entire body. The Slenderies body balancing drops are nicknamed the skinny drops. I call them my magic drops. The approved food list is so extreme. There's so many items for you to choose from, including all kinds of proteins, animal proteins, vegetables. You will not go hungry. This is not a fad. It's not a diet. It is a lifestyle. And when we were all growing up, Mom said, when you're hungry, go to the garden, get a carrot. She didn't say, here's a dime, go get some potato chips, right? So it's back to clean eating because we got into trouble in the first place, but what we put into our mouths. Let's get back into clean eating, get some exercise in there, drink your water, and you will get to your goal weight. You will feel better. You will look younger, and you'll feel absolutely great. Look at my friend Jane Storch from Victoria, 32 pounds in 8 weeks. What a transition with this young lady. Alan Schultz, that man has lost half basketball because men have hormones too. They need some help. Ashley, 42 pounds down. Dr. Crystal has lost more weight than she actually weighs now, and that was a few years ago. She still looks as dynamic on that right picture as she did when she originally lost her weight. Here I am posing for you on April 23rd before one drop got into my mouth. And look at in 13 days, the transition that happened in my body, especially check around the waist, the buttocks, the bra line. You can see the transition that happens ever so quickly. I celebrate. I was just recently at that volcano and I went down from a size 16 to 8. I took a new picture and I don't look like that fat and frumpy anymore. I've got my mojo back. I'm feeling sexy again. So there's a lot that this will do for your esteem and of course your health, because losing weight is not only aesthetics, right? It's about good health. Tracy, our bikini princess from West Virginia, athletes love our products as well. Katie, a 30-day transition. Look at the difference with Katie. Ashley celebrates no more night sweats, those anxious moments. I want to kill my husband today. The hot flashes that happen during menopause. Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, there's 1 billion people going into menopause in the next 12 months. We can help a lot of people. Wow. Her husband, Reese, is now down 70 pounds. He's released his addiction to Dr. Pepper and Oreo cookies. James LaPonce, 47 pounds in 4 months. Julie Park. The stories go on. April from Oklahoma. My goodness. Sheila Peltier. There wasn't a dry eye in the house when Sheila was telling us her story from not only being overweight, but she was talking about being very, very unhealthy. And now that girl is running marathons and she's just one happy, healthy camper. Kevin Bowman was going to be with us tonight, but he's had dramatic success with the product as well too. So again, these drops are extremely successful for everybody, men and women. Let's go ahead and share some testimonies. We have right now Penny Toner. She's a dear friend of mine. The lady on the left was suffering badly when I first called her about this product. She'll tell you her story. And look at that lady on the right in 60 days. Penny, I'm just so anxious to hear your story again. Will you share with us what happened for you with the drops? Penny Toner from Grand Prairie, Alberta. Unmute your line, Penny. There you go, girl.
Little challenge technically.
Okay,
Anyways,
tell us your story because you had a rough time in the last 5 years.
I did. It's now 5 years and 1 month that I haven't worked due to health reasons. You can see I still had trouble getting breath in. I look great now. But what happened was I had 5 operations on my stomach in under 6 years. And the last 4 were to fix the, anyways, it was a mess. I was in bed for 2.5 to 3 years every day. My muscles all turned in on themselves, like collapsed. And I've been fighting for 2 years with massage and really working hard. Anyways, I'm so grateful Ricia introduced me to the drops, gave me a call. And I think my first Zoom meeting I was on, I was just like laying in bed because I just didn't have the energy. So my life has completely changed. Even a couple months ago, I was like 12 to 14 hours a day in bed. And now it's 10 to 12. My body needs to rest. I've been able to walk around the block. I've been wanting to do that for 5 years now. Wow, I just realized that. Holy
Wow.
smokes. I walked to the mailbox and back, but I actually walked around the block. I had to take a night off, but yeah, incredible. I'm going to need another 90 days, but yeah.
Wow. I'm so grateful. I'm so
I'm
grateful.
sorry, I'm quite tired right now. So it's just a bit of a slow day, but that's okay.
Well, just the fact that you're up at this hour.
I know.
Just,
It's usually
like,
like 6:37. I'm in bed.
yeah, exactly. Penny, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. Now, what about Renew? Do you enjoy Renew as well?
Yes, I do. I've been taking the Renew. There was a period about a month and a half ago. I was out for about a week and a half and sure noticed the difference. I take that and I also started taking the MOA as well. I took that 1 month and then I thought, oh, the expense. And I am like on welfare. I make $890 a month, but my health is that important to me and the products are doing that much for me. I just,
Exactly.
yeah. I just can't
Yeah.
even put a price on it.
And now you're referring others, you're building a team. So very
Absolutely.
soon you're going to have
Absolutely. So then now I'm going to have
Roubekas.
more than $890 a month. Won't that be nice?
Exactly. Penny, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. This is amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay.
We're going to move on now to our next speaker. Wow, whenever I hear Penny speak, I just get teary-eyed, and I'm so grateful that I made that call. So if there's anybody on your list that you want to call that you know is hurting, will you please make that call? Because you can drastically change someone's life so much for the positive. I'd like to share with you a special lady. She's visiting me right now. She's in one of my villas and really enjoying Manzanillo. Vicky Roubekas, are you with us tonight?
I am. I'm right here.
Vicky from Calgary, right now in Manzanillo. So welcome to the call. Now, Vicky, how did you get introduced to the But first of all, let's hear about your background, because you have a background in health. Let's hear about your career and so on.
Yes, absolutely. So I am a psychologist by trade. I'm also a Reiki master and a Peruvian shamanic practitioner. So I have a lot of different alternative health ways of supporting people with their mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health. So that has always been important to me. I've struggled with weight pretty much my whole life, and have done hundreds and hundreds of diets, as I'm sure many have. So for me, it was super important to ensure not only for the type of work that I do for supporting my clients, but also for myself personally, that we are looking at the person as a whole, right? So you want people to be seen for exactly what they're experiencing, and the ability to use a product for me that is 100% natural, that is homeopathic, that is not going to cause side effects, is super important for one's health. So this is the reason why I chose to take the drops myself. And I was introduced to them from a friend.
Right. Okay. Okay. So, and you've been on the drops for how long now?
Today was day 29 for me. So just not quite fully a month, but pretty much a month.
Okay. So there's so many wins on the scale, off the scale. Share with us all your different wins, please.
Absolutely. So for me, what I noticed pretty much immediately, and I was really excited because this is kind of always my issue. Food for me is I'm usually eat very healthy, as you talked about, this idea of eating healthy, but I was a sugar addict. And that was the thing that always kept me from the ability to get to my personal goal weight and ensure that I was staying healthy. And my weight was just kept going up. So what I noticed immediately, pretty much honestly from day one, I was shocked. From day one, from first drops, I was just like, I'm not hungry. How is this possible? So my hunger was diminished, and then my sugar was completely, again, sugar addiction, the need for sugar, wanting sugar. And again, for me, that sugar is like, it's not physical sugar, it's in the sweet. So to not have a treat, you know, I was eating whatever every day. So I had no need or no want for it. So that was huge for me to be able to curb that and curb my appetite, even though I don't eat extensively, but the sugar was the biggest thing. So that's the thing that I noticed, the first thing right away. Second thing I noticed almost immediately was an increase in energy. My ability to just I was wide awake, actually probably too awake, but that was okay. I was being able to go through my day better. I noticed my moods also. I felt much calmer. I have a tendency to be one of those crazy drivers that just wants to yell and scream at everybody. And so then as a result, the ability to have my moods be calm, no matter who I'm dealing with, was wonderful. My sleep was better. I do have some arthritis in my knees, so I started noticing that was also supportive. Inflammation was coming down over the month. I could see as we carry that kind of cortisol in our face, that just looking at, I haven't really done it before and after from the month yet, and I will at the end of the month, but I have already noticed a little bit how my face has changed because we carry that inflammation so much from the cortisol.
That's right. Wow. What a great testimonial. Thank you. Now, what about the Renew? Do you enjoy the Renew?
I love the Renew actually. For me, and you mentioned that most people can take it before bed. for me, there is kind of like a small percentage of people that can't actually. It actually keeps me up even more at night. So I do take it. I do take it though, because I love it. It's kind of like, it's almost in a sense, it's like a treat because it tastes wonderful. And it does support increased sleep, so better sleep. I'm sleeping deeper. And even though I'm getting up, I have to get up to pee, going back to bed, I'm sleeping, I go back to bed right away. I feel like I'm getting deeper sleep, which I love. And of course, the benefits in terms of like, who doesn't want to look, young and youthful. And so I'm looking forward to that over the long term as well. But I love it. I love the taste. And it's kind of like a big bit of a treat for me when I take it.
Right, right. And are you sharing the program through the System of Growth and posting on Facebook and letting
Yes,
people know about
yes,
this?
I am. Yeah, and for me, I've never done sales, and it was a little bit different for me to kind of start something like this. I'd never done any kind of program like this before. So I thought, okay, how am I going to do this? But it's pretty much laid out for you very, very easily, with the support, of course, you, Ricia, and the people and my friend, excuse me, who had set me up. Then I was able to go on. The posts are there for you. The pictures are there for you. It's a tried and true. It's easy to follow. You can set up stuff, and I get responses. I get responses from people who are interested in the drops, people who don't know me. And that's what we want. And for me, it's super important. Obviously, this work that I chose to do, being in service matters to me. Supporting people to get healthy is important. And I want to reach as many people as I possibly can. So I love it.
Awesome testimonial, Vicky Roubekas. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you being on tonight's call, and it's so fun hanging out with you in beautiful Manzanillo. We've been having a lot of fun going and doing Manzanillo things.
Thank you.
Well, by now you're wondering, how can you get the drops? Option one, you can be a customer and buy retail. But my question would be, why would you want to buy retail when you could buy wholesale? In the United States, we do have one-time membership. And again, it's one-time $29.95. In Canada, one-time $37.95. You can become a customer and get your product at wholesale. And as long as you keep up what we call a 15-point purchase every month, you can continue getting your wholesale pricing. And that's roughly in the US about $35. In Canada, it's about $50. But many of you are probably wishing that you had more money in that piggy bank. And this is how we can do it. As Vicky explained, it's a simple system of just copy and paste. We give you all the tools and resources you need, the replicated website, the training, and the incredible support. Partner Co does not guarantee any level of income or success to any brand partner. Earnings from the Partner Co compensation plan depends on each brand partner's sales, business skills, ability, and personal applications. So let's share with you how to turn your drops into money. Well, again, being a brand partner, you can get 30% savings or I should say gains in retail profits. When you're in a product company, there's going to be a point value connected to every bottle and box. We'll talk about that in a moment again. In the United States, you can buy a 4-pack for $371. You can sell 3 of them at the suggested price, or even a sale price of $160, gain a profit of $202, and get your personal product to enjoy for your own use. In the United States, you can buy a 10-pack, and that's individual unit cost at $88. You're looking at profits of over $600. And again, too, people wonder what you've got on those Facebook posts, and the messages do come in. They come into my mailbox every day. In Canada, there's a 3-pack you can purchase for $349. Getting your box free, you can enjoy profits from anywhere from $162 to $233. And again, your product is free. We like to help you set a goal to get to the level of ultimate. That is the highest top pay position in our program. You can earn anywhere from $1,860 US to $2,100 Canadian. And again, too, people want this product. I've been in the industry for 24 years. I've never had people come to me and say, I want what you've got. And it happens for me every single day. Most of us have connections on an international level, or if you don't, the people you know do. So you can have an international market waiting for you. Remember, we're open in over 55 countries. And we teach this simple system of growth in every country that we go in. It's a matter of copy and paste. It's an app that goes on your phone. As Vicky mentioned, all the photos are there, the testimonies are there. We teach you how to click, copy and paste. We teach you the answers to copy and paste when people ask you questions. It is that simple, just plug and play. So to help you get started, the first thing you want to do is activate your position with 200 points so you're eligible to receive commissions. We have some suggestions here. On the low end, option 1 is a 3-pack. It doesn't quite get you activated in Canada, but it does give you 3-pack of boxes for $3.49. In the US, you would be activated at $3.71 with a 4-pack. But I really would recommend to get the Renew, minimum the Renew. In Canada, 3-pack plus Renew is 220 points. That does get you activated. A 4-pack in the US plus Renew is 278 points. And in Canada, we can help you with various options to put it together to get you to the 1,500 points of getting to that ultimate. I'll talk to you about that again in a moment. In the US, you can get the 10 packs. That's coming soon to Canada. But look at what can happen in the United States. When you get 2 10 packs, you're looking at a profit of over $1,400. And I encourage you, get the top pay, the ultimate pack position. It's the 30-pack. Your profits there are $2,500. And as a startup for a business expense, $2,300 is not a lot. My goodness, I've set up different marketing businesses and I was in the hundreds of thousands in my startup costs. So this is one way that you can get started with a business that can pay you very, very well. We were voted the best compensation plan in the industry. Over thousands of companies were analyzed and our plan came out the most generous of them all. We are paid 9 different ways. I'm not going to go into great detail, just share a little bit with you. The retail profits, we talked about that, buy below wholesale and be able to sell it to your friends for 30%. This is business. They still get a deal and you're making some money. But there's going to be the person like Mary that will come along and say, you know, I'd like to be a brand partner and I'd like to get 1,000 points, 2 10 packs, for instance. If you are activated at the 200 point level, you would make 15% or $150. If you are at ultimate, you would make double, 30%, $300. And a mentor once said to me, never, ever, ever, if the company wants to pay you more money, leave money on the table. That's why we like to encourage you get to that ultimate position right away, because there's going to be a lot of Marys that come along and want to join you in this business and enjoy wholesale pricing themselves. So to maintain the sales threshold, so in order that you can get paid your commissions from the company every week, yes, we are paid weekly, you're going to sell or buy 100 points of product every 4 weeks. So when people buy through your links, that certainly contributes towards your 100 points. Every week we get paid what is base commissions, basically the activity of your team. When your base commissions surpass $250 in 1 week, the company will put 15% aside into what we call a savings account. And the savings account will build up to $10,000. You're going to get that magic phone call, bells will go off, and the following Friday, you will get deposited your $10,000. So from PXP that we were just at in Orlando, our conference, 10 people were on stage that received their $10,000 check from our company. And that's just from the last time that we were recognized. We also earn lifestyle credits by building this business. You cash in those credits to go to Tahiti. In this particular case, it was last April. A lot of people were enjoying this beautiful 5-star vacation. Our guest speaker, she was actually on the Bahamas trip. And again, it's 5-star luxury vacations. And you can just cash in your lifestyle credits and get 5-star treatment from a great company and a great vacation. Upcoming is our Punta Cana trip. Everyone on this call can certainly qualify for it. And how about Bali? Wow, we've all dreamed about those beautiful beach homes, right? Just jump in the water, see the fish underneath. Again, you can be in Bali and have the company pay for it. Can't get any better than that. Recently at our convention, there was about 2,000 people there. Over 800 people were recognized on stage. When you have that many people recognized, you can be guaranteed that they're getting weekly checks. I was at a convention where there was 8,000 people and not quite 200 were recognized. Again, this company has the most generous compensation plan in the industry. It brings me great pleasure to introduce to you our guest speaker. Sherry Keye has quite the story she's going to share with us. She has a background in health. She has, well, first business in marketing. She has a background in health as well. She owned a health food store. She's lost a lot of weight on this product. She's actually been with the company before it was purchased by Partner Co. over 7.5 years. She was a nutrition coach. She's a mom with 2 daughters, and her daughter is in the business with her. Sherry Keye, I'm so excited to have you in the house with us tonight.
Hey, glad to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, Sherry, I feel like you're a celebrity, and I'm here to what an honor this is for me.
Oh, it's an honor for me. Absolutely, absolutely. Glad to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited. So first of all, before we go into your story, I want to hear Asheboro, North Carolina is famous. Can you please tell our audience what your town is famous for?
Yeah, so as I was giving Ricia information about me, I said, fun fact, Asheboro, North Carolina, which is a very pretty small town in North Carolina, is actually known for our zoo. And the reason why is we have the largest natural habitat zoo in the world. So in our area, the zoo is a big deal.
Well,
It
of
brings
course.
lots of visitors, lots and lots of visitors into our area.
Oh, well, we're going to all come and see you so we can go see the animals
Yes.
and visit you at the same time.
Yes.
Now, you have had an amazing experience with this product. Let's go way back to 7.5 years and tell us from the beginning how this all started.
Yeah, so my experience with the actual product of my health transformation is actually over 9 years old. I was in my early 40s. Weight or having problems with weight is not my story as far as long term. It wasn't anything I struggled with prior to my 40s, but getting into my 40s, busy lifestyle. My daughters were like middle school age. I think I had one middle, one high, and life was just busy for us. So we found, the convenience of fast food, restaurants, things like that, and just being a little bit older, and all of a sudden I'm gaining a couple pounds every year, and before I know it, I am right at 200 pounds. So 5'7", right at 200 pounds, size 14, pushing a size 16 easily. So that year I knew that I needed to make a change. I also had a lot of family history stuff that you just don't pay a lot of attention to sometimes as a young person, and you get a little bit older and you realize you're not going to live forever. And you also start realizing that, hey, my parents dealt with these health issues, or my grandparents had these health issues. And so my dad passed when he was just 56 years old from heart disease. He was also a diabetic. My mom had dealt with diabetes, both type 2 diabetics, had some cancer, things like that in my family. And I honestly thought that that was my destiny, that if they had those things, that the chances of me getting those were pretty high. So I almost felt like out of necessity that I needed to do everything that I could to try to keep that from happening, not even knowing if I had the ability to do that. Of course, since then, I have learned that we really, about 15% we inherit through our, our bloodline, our parents. What we really inherit is lifestyle, much so more than the actual genes and those kind of things. So I made a decision at that point that I needed to make some changes. And I had a friendship with someone who was already using the products and who was a registered nurse. And she, along with someone else that she knew who was also using the products, together had created a nutrition program. And I knew her and I trusted her. And so it wasn't hard for me to make the decision to get involved. The foods list was the core of the foundation of this program that they were teaching. And so that's where it started for me. And I was kind of all in, Ricia. Like, I knew that I needed to make changes, and I did not know anything at all about nutrition. And everything that I thought that I knew about healthy food was completely wrong. Things that I thought, oh, this is what I need to be eating, or I'm making a healthy choice. Every granola bar had to be healthy, right? I mean, you just think that marketing is so deceptive. It deceives us in so many ways. And I just really had no idea. I had no clue. And so I was all in. I followed the foods list. I gave up things that I didn't think that I would ever be able to give up, like Dr. Pepper and coffee, things like that. The sweets and stuff for sure were a challenge, but I was all in. I used the drops in the beginning. I also used a couple of other products that we have as well, and I was fully committed. And within about a 6-month period of time, I lost around 50 pounds 9 years ago. Yep.
That's amazing. And that's 9 years ago, and you've kept it up. You look fantastic.
I have kept it off. It's not been a struggle for me. I have really committed to just a lifestyle of healthiness. And that is, that's really the secret. Is this isn't something that you just kind of do at convenience, that you just kind of do when it, every now and then. It's a commitment to healthiness and making healthy choices. And so I've done that. And the reward for that is that I've been able to maintain that weight loss.
Fantastic. Now, in earlier conversation, you mentioned also that you have a degenerative disc disease.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it's not something I talk a lot about, but it is something that is part of my story, because about 25 years ago, I was having a lot of lower back pain. I worked a pretty physical job on my feet all day, just kind of thought it was part of that. Ended up finding out I had something called spondylolisthesis, which is basically a premature collapse in the lower spine. Causes a lot of lower back pain, but I was told that I should never run. That was one of the things. There's a lot of things, but one of the things I remember distinctly was, I should never run. I took ibuprofen every single day just to function, not to, as a something that I did as a result of pain. I lived in pain every day. So it was just part of my normal routine, taking ibuprofen. And what I realized as I have moved through, or, made the choices and the changes in my health and wellness, is that although that doesn't go away, I still have spondylolisthesis. But the difference is that I'm 50 pounds lighter. So that makes a huge difference on my body. But I also have drastically reduced inflammation in my body. I didn't even know what that meant 9 years ago. I had no idea. It wasn't even one of my goals, but it has been one of my rewards, because getting the right foods into my body and the right supplements into my body has caused a drastic reduction in inflammation. And so I no longer have chronic pain. I no longer consume ibuprofen on a daily basis. I have also, as I shared with you, the thing that they told me I should never do, which was running, became something that I felt very challenged to do, to actually learn how to do well. And so I did begin running last year at the age of 49, and I'm now competing in races regularly, half marathons. In fact, I have a half marathon. I completed a half marathon 2 weeks ago. I have another one this weekend. And so I'm able to run as a result of these healthy lifestyle changes that I made, and these amazing supplements that I take as well too.
Wow, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So what are your favorite products?
Oh, goodness gracious. I take a lot.
I know,
So,
it's hard to pick choice,
yes.
isn't it? Down to
So,
down.
so I will be, I'm very transparent about my story. In the beginning, I did not have a positive attitude about supplements, and it was just purely off of a lack of knowledge. I just didn't understand. I wasn't knowledgeable at all. So I did take some of the supplements, but I was really resistant to doing it long term. At just, and I was vocal about it. I'm like, I don't want to do these, I don't want to do this forever kind of thing. But over the years, as I became more involved with the company and I began to be more knowledgeable and I learned more, and I had people that I was seeing other testimonies and people that were getting great results. For me, then it became a transition of, okay, well, maybe I'm going to try this product and I'm going to try this product. And I dabbled in products for years, never really being committed to any one product long term until about 3 years ago. And about 3 years ago, I myself and my husband made the commitment to doing the products consistently. That's a huge thing. Like, you can't just take a few, any product, even if it's just one product for a month and think that you may see some difference, but you're not going to see it long term. Cellular nutrition, it takes a while before your body is able to reach what we call cellular nutrition. And so we committed to that about 3 years ago. I take 9 supplements every single morning. It's hard for me to say my favorites. I can tell you what I take. The Nutrify line is my favorite. That is that's what I started with 9 years ago for sure. Magna-Cal D, the Optimals, Magna-Cal D, magnesium, calcium, and vitamin D combined has so many benefits for us. Especially as women, that is a supplement that we should absolutely have in our regimen. The Optimals, the minerals, the vitamins, I do those every day. Omega Q as well, Vanali, Rejuvenex for the natural energy. We do the shakes. I do MOA, Noni, and Limu every day. MOA has been an incredible product for me for the inflammation. I do one a day for maintenance, but there are periods of time where if I am doing long runs or for recovery after a run, sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 a day because inflammation is something that I struggle with in my body. So that's a very important supplement for me as well too. Sugar Stop, of course, is a new one. Not necessarily doing it every day, but it is definitely in our lineup of products as well too.
Wonderful. Wow. This is so great talking to you. And you did have a health food store one time, did you not?
Yeah, I did. So, when good things are happening and you feel like you have good news and you want to tell everybody about it. I mentioned earlier, I'm in a small town. We had one health food store in our town. It wasn't even a health food store. It was more of a supplement store. Lots of different brands, not really specializing specifically. And so for me, I just wanted to share with my community. I felt like that I had, learned this kind of this secret, that I wanted to share with everybody. And we lacked that in our community. And so my education, my background is in business and marketing. I worked in retail sales for a long time and was always intrigued by entrepreneurship. And it was something that I was interested in and just decided to go after it. Just to be honest, just decided to go after it. I knew that there was a need in our area. And so I opened a health food store. The health food store was based on, this sounds crazy to even say out loud, but like my whole health food store was based on the foods list that comes with the Slenderize drops. That was the foundation for me, for the nutrition that I learned, for the results that I experienced. And so my whole store was based on that. We did, perishable items. We had meal. I worked with a couple of restaurants and bakeries in my area that were able to accommodate the foods list and the requirements, I guess you would say, for something that was considered approved. So I had meals, I had bakery items, like it was a lot of fun. I also had a classroom. I had ended up in all, the whole entire time, I was in 4 different locations. At one point, my largest spot was about 3,000 square feet. I had a full classroom there as well too. So was teaching nutrition classes and just pouring into my community. I just really felt this need to pour into my community and help educate others so that they could experience the joy and just the change that I had experienced in, in my health and wellness. And I wanted to share that passion with others as well.
Wow, that's fantastic. So when someone says, I don't need to supplement, I eat well enough, what is your answer to that?
Yeah. And so I identify with that because I felt that way. But what I learned over time was that the foods that we consume now, although we think, oh, we're buying organic or, even foods that we're growing ourselves, just don't have the nutrition value that they once had. So an apple that I eat today does not have the same nutritional value of an apple that was eaten by my grandparents or great grandparents 150 years ago. A lot of things have changed. Every time that soil is used, the nutrients in it deplete a little bit. Of course, depending on where you're purchasing your food from versus growing it, you have the changes in fertilization and the chemicals that are used. There's just a lot of variables there, but the nutrition levels, it's very difficult, even for somebody who eats good. We think, oh, I'm a good eater, I'm a healthy eater, I'm a good eater. Even someone who eats really good, it requires an enormous amount of discipline and intentionality. And even then, it's almost impossible to get all of every nutrient and every vitamin that we need in our body in order to have good cellular nutrition. So the supplements do just that. They supplement the lack of. And so it gives us the ability to get all of those extra things that we're not getting in the foods or the environment that we're in.
Exactly. I see we're coming close to the top of the hour. One last question. You've reached the rank of president. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For those in the audience, that usually means a weekly check with a comma. So
yes.
how has your life changed with the income that you're receiving from Partner Co and the lifestyle with your family?
Sure. So I mentioned earlier that I have been actively in the business for about 7 years, a customer for about 2 years prior to that. I was very focused on my health food store, very focused on being a nutrition coach, not as much about building the business with Partner Co or with the previous name that we were under. And so that changed for me about a year ago. And so once I shifted my focus, I closed my health food store. That was part of the change as well too. Not coaching the live classes anymore. So I am giving a lot of my energy to the company and building my team. Getting to a place where you find satisfaction in what you're doing means a lot. Being able to help people, not just in their health, but also in their wealth, it's just very fulfilling to have people say, I was able to pay for this, or I was able to do that. For me, I was able to put my oldest daughter through private college without any debt. So when she graduated from school, she did not have to carry debt with her. Most recently, my youngest daughter got married. I was able to pay for her wedding without, having to go in the hole or, use credit cards for that. And so it's just a blessing to be able to see some dreams starting to come to fruition. Next year is going to be a big year for us. We have some big dreams. But never did I think that with 2 college degrees and having worked in the corporate world, that it would be this industry that would give me the opportunity to make the most money that I've ever made as an adult and in my life.
Yeah.
And it is the possibilities are there. It's not hard work at all. There is work that's required, but it's not hard work. And what a beautiful community that we're a part of, a beautiful company with beautiful people. So much camaraderie and community. It's such a blessing. It's just such a blessing.
Isn't that the truth? We have a beautiful culture, a beautiful family here.
Yes.
Sherry, please take time to read the chat. There's all kinds of love that's
Oh,
pouring in for you in the chat. Thank you so much for being our guest. We're going to continue on and wrap up tonight's call. It truly was a lovely, lovely pleasure to speak with you tonight. Thank you
thank
again.
you. Yes, thank you for having me.
Wow, what a great story. My goodness, from degenerative disc issues to marathon runner. That's what our products can do for people, right? And it turns everything around financially. Like I say, there's a new motorcycle coming into our driveway on Saturday, and that wouldn't have been possible 6 months ago. So now that we've gone full circle here, I'm sure over the last few minutes, as you've heard from Penny, you've heard from Vicky, you've heard from Sherry, you've seen the information. You've probably been thinking about others that maybe a co-worker, a neighbor, a sister, a cousin, a brother-in-law that suffers from any of these hormonal imbalances. Please reach out to them, become a brand partner, and help us get this movement going, because the world is full of unhealthy people, and it doesn't have to be. We can all be healthy and live young, and there's a lot of grandchildren out there that want grandma, grandpa to be around for a while, right? You can live the dream, enjoy this time freedom, a body you love, financial stability, community of friends. As we talked about the culture that we have with this company, it's a lot of fun and you'll make so many great new friends. Enjoy those luxurious experiences, and enrolling is very easy. It takes as little as 5 minutes. So we invite you to become a brand partner today. I want to thank my co-host, Alayla. You've done a great job at keeping the room together. Again, thank you to our live testimonials, Penny Toner, my dear friend, Vicky Roubekas, my dear friend, and Sherry. Thank you so very much. We're going to close off the call.